Did you know that the first computer mouse was in plastic? Back then, in 1964, Doug Engelbart invented the first computer mouse and it was made out of wood. It was rectangular and it was featured with a little button at the top right of the mouse. The reason why he named it a mouse was because it reminded him of the little tiny rodents which resembled the code that was coming. Did Did you know that the first computer mouse was in plastic? Back then, in 1964, Doug Engelbart invented the first computer mouse and it was made out of wood. It was rectangular and it was featured with a little button at the top right of the mouse. The reason why he named it a mouse was because it reminded him of the little tiny rodents that he saw, which resembled the cord that was coming at the back of the mouse. Welcome to the Solution Show with I, Gunga, your host. Would you mind giving us a brief introduction about yourself?
Thank you very much. I am Phelix Odhiambo. I'm a software developer, and it's my pleasure to be here in your channel today. Thank you.
What is your own understanding about technology?
Actually, technology is application of knowledge and skills on machines to solve real-world problems that we meet every day. I can give you a basic example. For example, when we are doing road constructions, we are using things like we have grader, excavator. That is part of technology application of that knowledge on the machines to solve real world problems that we meet daily.
And do you value technology?
Yes, I really value technology because it has helped us solve a lot of things in the world today. When it comes to education, nowadays people have knowledge at hand with your phones, with your computers. You can always access knowledge anywhere because they are all over in social media. And technology actually has helped us solve a lot of things in the world. When it comes to health sector, we have treatment nowadays using machines, X-ray items. We have when it comes to now jobs, we even have robots that help us in doing works, maybe in warehouses. We have drones that we can also use when we are taking videos of environments.
True.
We can be using drones also to send maybe parcels to other countries, maybe like Germany. You can put it depends with the weight of your product and send it to a particular destination.
And
so I really value technology.
To 100% or maybe to what percentage?
That one is very hard to say because it also has its own disadvantages. Yeah.
All right. So how would you rate it? At what percentage? Between 0 and 100?
It's hard It's hard because not everything we have in life is perfect. Not technology is not, even technology is not perfect. But I know technology, but I don't have to say 100%, I don't have to say 90%, I don't have to say 50%. But what I know about technology.
Can you list the possible positive and negative effects or impacts of technology?
Yeah, positive impact of technology, there's several, very many. Number one thing, I just spoke of education at hand. I work with knowledge in the pocket. I need to know or understand the meaning of anything. I'll just remove my phone anywhere and browse. I want to travel to Nairobi, maybe to Kenyatta National Hospital from Mombasa, and I've never been there before. What I do, I just get my GPS location, my GPS app on my phone, put on my dashboard. As I drive, I navigate through all streets of Nairobi without any problem because I have the world at hand. And previously, for you to navigate in Nairobi could be a problem without a GPS.
True.
But this one, you have the whole map of Nairobi just within you in your phone, and you can navigate anywhere. Another thing, technology has actually helped us solve a lot of problems in the society, right from the agricultural sector. We have, if you get to places where rice is being planted, I think they even have machines that can harvest rice, that can plant rice, the ones that dispense even fertilizers in the garden. So that is another positive impact of technology in the sector of agriculture. We also have the sector of health. I think I spoke of health sector before.
True.
Where we have the treatment machines for, that is in the field of, it's called medical engineering.
Yes.
Yeah. And nowadays, even technology has actually got it's very easy for us when it comes to solving cases. Maybe somebody is claiming your child. We can easily do a DNA test. And that one verifies whether the child is yours or not. And that is technology. When it comes to voting in our country, we can easily review the results of elections. We can easily check through the system actually, and we get to vote the person we want. And that is technology. It's learning materials online. And nowadays with COVID-19, actually technology has grown a lot because we don't have to meet physically, but we can just join Zoom. We have
Google Meet.
We have people value video online meetings. Just get your online and you meet your friend, you can see them wherever they are. You don't have to walk actually. I can simply put that it has reduced the distance between us and our friends. I don't have to travel to Nairobi to see my friend, but I can just get into my video call and I see them wherever they are. And when it comes to maybe let's speak of religion. People nowadays have used technology so much in churches. We have churches, we have Muslim society, we have Indians, and basically, maybe to speak of churches, we see churches like Elevation Worship Transformation Church. They have live sessions online on their channels, on their web pages, on their YouTube channels, and that is technology actually. I can be seated in my house and I'm following a program of TD Gates in the United States, and I'm in my house. That is technology. So when it comes to ministry work, technology has played a very, very, very vital role. And which sector again?
We also have in banks because they
financing
on the security.
Yeah, finance is actually surveillance. It's very important. I can always, I leave my home. I have installed CCTV everywhere in my compound, and I am able to look through into all corners of my home. If somebody gets into my home, I can see them just through my phone. That is technology. I can be able to provide security for my home via technology. We have different type of sensors that is developed as a result of technology that I can just place maybe at my doors, at my gate, and we even have face recognition systems that also can be used. That is development of technology that can be used maybe in homes, so that if a stranger comes to my home and tries to maybe break in, the videos or the CCTV at the gate captures your face, and if it is not in the database of my home system, then you won't get an access to my home. So that is technology, and that is another positive impact of technology today. So I think technology is very important in the world today, including even marine technology still there, even passing through the port to import your products to the country. Technology is there. So technology is very important. It isn't our works as human beings, because it makes it makes work a little bit easier compared to even when it comes to building houses. We have cranes, and we have different machineries that are used in building houses than getting human direct labor carrying the bricks, mixing the concretes and the cements. But here we have the machine doing all that work for us. It's very easy.
They say that everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage. You can shortlist the negative impacts of technology.
Negative impact of technology. Technology, the same way it has its advantage, always disadvantages are there. Look at youths today. Technology has enabled youths to reach things that they might have not reached without technology.
True.
One of them, this is to the disadvantage. We have access to social media through our phones, our laptops, our tablets, and accessing social media for youth without restriction is also very dangerous, because they find themselves getting into the content that they are not supposed to be reaching. And this has actually really diminished the morality rate of our youth in the society today, because that is as a result of technology. They just get to see contents that are not meant for them.
What are some of these contents?
Contents that are not meant for youth. For example, we can speak of pornographic materials. Those are found online. We can speak of, we have extreme videos that you should not watch. They are kind of suicidal. Like, let's say, for example, do extreme videos. Yeah, these videos. We have social media sites that promotes radical, like aggression, like people. They promote fight, war, and you see people shedding of blood, and that is how you believe that life every day should run that way. So when you get to watch such content, they tend to believe that that is the only way people should live. If there's a problem in my home, the only way to solve it is to take a slasher and cut the neck of my enemy. And that is not how we need to live in a society, because I always do believe that the best way of resolving a conflict is through negotiation. We sit down and talk. But somebody somewhere access a content on social media and thinks that is now the way to go. Another thing, we have these terrorism organizations, societies like ISIS, Taliban, Al-Shabaab, which one again? Al-Qaeda. How do they recruit people? On social media. And that is technology. Because of technology, a youth can be recruited right from here in Mombasa, Kenya, and he gets to be imported to that country and gets into terrorism training. That is technology, a disadvantage of technology. Another thing, when we speak of robots, maybe 30 or 40, 50 years to come, the world will be totally different under the AI era, artificial intelligence era. And this is the point where we'll be having robots doing jobs that human being can do. And just imagine, when we have robots everywhere in the country, they are going to the garden, they can plow, they can send to the kiosks in shops to buy food. They can be, they do every single work. You go to supermarket, you find robots working. What will be the 50 million Kenyans population do if robots can do that? It will be a world dominated with robots. To mean human work will be reduced, and that one will lead to higher rate of unemployment if there is no antidote to that problem. So people really need to take care, even as we embrace the generation of technology, the artificial intelligence. Yeah, so that is one of the disadvantages of technology. Another thing, we have machines, plants, and industries and factories developed as a result of technology, maybe cement factories. And one thing with the cement factories, the emission of the dust into the atmosphere. That is very dangerous as far as human health is concerned. True. And not only human, but living creatures on earth, in the marine, and on the land. Because inhaling such toxic materials that has come from that the factories as a result of technology is very hazardous to human health and to other living things' health. So that is one of the disadvantages of technology as per now. And another thing, we also have the emission of radioactive materials, not only from X-rays in hospitals, but we have radioactive materials like this uranium isotope mineral, actually from minerals, mining of these minerals. And even there's so many emissions of the radioactive materials around, and that is very dangerous and hazardous as far as living things life is concerned. True. So that is one of disadvantages of technology. There are thousands of disadvantages of technology in the world today.
I'd like to help you with one disadvantage that many people have kept saying every now and then, that technology has made us humans lazy. Like there's something you've mentioned about buildings, that the cranes make the work easier for humans to lift the loads and carry the loads. But at some point it's useful, but also at some point it also makes us lazy. We understand that if labor is reduced, then there is more time to relax. And we become so relaxed in that we forget what we're supposed to do.
Become more idle.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to The Solution. I'll read a quote before we proceed. It says, "It's not that we use technology, we live technology." Do you really believe that technology has made the world a better place?
Yeah. Technology has made the world a better place. Do you need the reason why?
Yes, why?
I have counted several reasons why technology has made the world a better place. Right from accessing the whole world, right from this particular gadget. I can access any part of this world right from this gadget. Just if I have a device, maybe a mobile phone, I can access what's happening in the United States right here. I don't have to travel to USA to know what's happening there.
True.
I don't have to go to Beijing, China to know what's happening there. I don't have to go to Abuja in Nigeria to know what's happening there. But I can just have a click and know what's happening in South Africa. That is technology. And I can, let's say for like season for the COVID-19 season, if we didn't have technology, then the time it was announced that it was illegal to attend churches, people could have just stayed in their houses. No pastor, you are your own pastor. Most people, I'm pretty sure they could have left their commitment to the work of God. Because technology has enabled us, even during this session of Corona, to be in touch with so many people, to be even running our programs normal as if there's nothing wrong with the world. But in this sense, Corona was there, COVID-19. So, to me, technology has made the world a better place. making machines that can help solve other problems easily. That is a better world.
True.
Yeah.
And maybe what are the possible emerging issues that are currently trending?
Emerging issues in technology are so many, right from the one and only Elon Musk. It's called Neuralink. Elon Musk has an invention of Neuralink. That is, it's a chip that is placed in the brain and can be able to stimulate most of your body signals that sometimes are inactive. For example, let's say you are trying to think. You see, human memory is very funny. It captures information, but sometimes you can always forget. And you know very well that you have an information in your brain, but you can't remember, but you know very well it's there. So sometimes, okay, like the Neuralink of Elon Musk can stimulate your brain to get some information into your subconscious mind. That is one of the emerging issues in technology. And another thing, we have, I talked of education in the pocket, that is one of the emerging issues. And there is another one that's very funny. It's called, which type of perfume?
Digital.
Digital perfume that just sets itself anywhere. If the environment is like a little bit, maybe what it shows up like digital perfume. I think you understand.
So are they mounted on the wall?
Digital perfume, you can put them in your house, on the wall. You can put them in your car. You can put them anywhere in your closet.
So they're automatic.
They're automatic. They're automated.
Maybe.
They sense the environment, the scent of the environment, and they maintain a better scanning environment.
I've seen you working on the electric cars.
Yeah. Actually, we have
roboting.
Electric cars, like the one you have Tesla Motors. That is for Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a company of Tesla, and they usually produce electric cars. And that is one of the emerging issues in the economy of the world today. Electric cars are so many in Japan, in China, almost every state. You don't have to interfere with the atmosphere pollution, but instead we can use solar system to power our cars. And, that is one of the emerging issues in the economy, using use of electric cars. I don't have to fuel my cars every day. I just charge it, and I know up to this particular distance I can travel. Yeah, that is a good one.
So the electric cars. There's also solar power cars.
Yeah, solar powered cars are there. That is also part of electric cars. Solar powered, others are powered using they have rechargeable batteries. You can charge them, and then again, after some particular period of time, again you recharge them. But most of them are usually recharged by the 3-phase electricity, not the 2-phase. Yeah.
And as we come to conclusion, what advice can you give to the viewers about technology?
Technology is very, very important in the world today. And in so many fields, you can apply technology. You can also be your own creator. Things like, you can create so many stuff using technology. What you need to do is to embrace technology in every field that you go to. Try and apply technology in most things that you do. And the world will be a better place. And I think if we nurture the next generation, that is our kids, that is to the parents, if we nurture the next generation, we will have a very long chain or a very long generation or world that is dominated with technology in most of the field. Yeah.
What drives you in life? What drives you to be able to be interested in technology, and why?
I'm actually driven by passion. I am very passionate about everything that we do. And one thing you realize that if you have passion in what you do, you'll always do it as it is yours. Like you will do it with all the energy, like you do it very, very happy, like it's yours. So I'm driven by passion. If I do something, I put passion in it, and I feel like this is what I really need to do. This is where I really need to be. Not for example, let me just give you an example why I'm driven by passion. In high school, before people joined campus, they used to get placement, different institutions, and before their placement, they do application.
True.
Let's say you applied for civil and building engineering in the University of Nairobi, and you get a placement in the University of Garissa to do criminology. Will you be passionate to do criminology?
Well, if I'm passionate about criminology, then
How about if you're passionate doing engineering and you've got an invitation to do,
I'll go for what
criminology?
I'm passionate about.
You can get to the university and do criminology, yes, but if you're not passionate about it, you'll be just doing it for the sake of getting a certificate.
True.
But one thing you have to do for you, you have to develop for you to gain success, is to be passionate about what you're doing. Be passionate, feel happy about it, own it, and then ultimately you'll get success out of it. So that's what drives me.
That was so nice to have you here, Felix. And we're all glad that we have been enlightened and empowered by what you've shared with us. So, dear friends, our take today is that we should be passionate about what we're doing. It may not be in technology, but we should learn to be passionate about it. But it's from it that we get the energy to pursue it more and more. So maybe if you wouldn't mind, can you list the safe or secure sites in the internet where people can access the media information or whatever they need?
Yeah, most probably. Okay, we have that's a very good one. That is now online safety. How we need to be safe online. We have different categories of people online that are looking to maybe hack your machine or share about yourself.
Yes.
We have fishers. We have there's so many, but you have to protect yourself from online. And I don't want to restrict somebody about their sources of information because they know when they get online what are they going to look for.
True.
If I'm going to look for something in a particular website, I just go direct to that website and check on it. And most secure websites begins that is HTTP, and they will have S, HTTPS. So if you're searching for information, you find a site that is HTTP without S, then means you're not secure. Yeah. So just choose. We have .org, .com, .net. Choose which site you want to get your information, provided you feel it's secure. But you have to take very keen. You have to be very keen when you're online.
In conclusion, I'll end the show with a quote that one wise man said that you never change things by fighting the existing reality, and to change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So thank you guys for tuning in and for finding time to have the show with us. See you next Wednesday.